How does Google collect your data? We all know that Google is one of the biggest tech giants in the world, but did you know that they are also one of the biggest data collectors? That's right. Google collects a huge amount of data on its users, and it doesn't just stop at your name and email address. In this video, we're going to take a deep dive into the world of Google data collection and find out exactly what type of data they collect, how they collect it, and what they do with it. We'll also provide some tips on how you can stop Google from tracking you, if you so desire. So without further ado, let's get started. The types of data Google collects. Google is one of the most popular internet platforms in the world. It seems like there is nothing that Google does not know about its users. In fact, Google tracks and collects data on everything its users do on the devices, whether it is through one of its many apps or the Chrome browser. The following topics will be covered in this section: location data, device information, search history, YouTube search history, Google Maps searches, and web browsing history. Location data. Google tracks your location data in a number of ways. The most obvious way is through your device's GPS functionality. Every time you use your phone to check the time, send a text, make a phone call, or perform any other action that requires knowing your location, your device records this information. In addition to GPS data, Google also uses data from your device's sensors and Wi-Fi connections to infer your location. This is how Google is able to provide features like Nearby Friends and Local Businesses in its Maps app. Google also collects location data when you use its other services, like Search, YouTube, and Gmail. This is how Google is able to provide you with customized results and recommendations based on your location. Device information. Google uses a variety of methods to collect information about the devices its users are using to access its services. This article will focus on Android devices, but many of the same principles apply to other devices as well. One way Google collects device information is through the use of cookies. Cookies are small pieces of data that are sent from a website to a user's device and are used to store information about the user's activities on that website. Google uses cookies to track what users are doing on its websites and to customize the ads that users see. Google also collects device information through the use of its Android operating system. When an Android device is first turned on, it collects information about the device, such as the make and model, and sends this information back to Google. This information is used to provide Android users with customized experiences on their devices. In addition, when an Android user downloads an app from the Google Play Store, Google collects information about which app was downloaded and how it was used. Search history. Your search history is the information that Google has collected about the things you have searched for in the past. This includes the date and time of your searches, the terms you used, and the websites you visited. You can view and delete this information at any time. Google uses your search history to personalize your experience on its services. For example, if you search for pizza on your phone, you may see ads for pizza places near you when you use Google Maps. Or, if you search for a product on your computer, you may see an ad for that product when you use Gmail. YouTube search history. There's no question that Google knows a lot about us. They have access to our search history, our emails, our location data, and more. But what about our YouTube search history? Does Google keep track of the videos we watch on the popular video platform? The answer is yes. Google keeps track of the YouTube videos we watch by storing information in our Google account. They use this information to provide us with targeted ads, as well as to improve their algorithms for suggesting new videos to watch. Google Maps searches. When you use Google Maps, the app may collect your location data. This data is used to provide features like personalized traffic updates and restaurant recommendations. The data may also be used to improve the accuracy of search results. If you have location history turned on, your past locations will be saved and used to provide features like better route suggestions. Location history is turned on by default for new Google Maps users. You can change your location history setting at any time by opening the settings menu and tapping Location History. Web browsing history. Google uses a number of different methods to collect data about your web browsing history. The most common is through the use of cookies. Cookies are small pieces of code that are placed on your computer by websites that you visit. They are used to track your activity on the site and can be used to store information such as your login information, preferences, and other data. In addition to cookies, Google also collects data about your web browsing history through its Google Webmaster Tools program. This program tracks the websites that you visit and the search terms that you use to find them. This information is used to improve the algorithms that Google uses to rank websites in its search results. How does Google use this data? Most of us use Google products on a daily basis, whether we're searching for information, checking our email, or using maps. What many of us don't realize is that when we use these products, Google is collecting data about us. This data is then used for a variety of purposes, including advertising, product development, and research. In this section, we'll take a closer look at how Google uses the data it collects from Android users. Advertising. When you use an Android device, Google uses the data collected about you to show you ads that are relevant to you. This data includes your location, what you search for on Google, and what app you use. By showing you these targeted ads, Google hopes to make your experience using their products more personal and engaging. Some people worry that Google is collecting too much data about them. However, the company has stated that it only collects the data it needs to show relevant ads. You can also adjust your privacy settings to limit the amount of data that Google collects about you. Product development. Google may collect information about your use of their products and services, including your search queries, location, and device information. This information is used to improve their products and services. For example, they may use it to provide better search results or to show you more relevant ads. Research. Google is one of the most popular and well-known search engines in the world. Because of its popularity, many people are curious about how Google tracks their activity on Android devices. Android is a mobile operating system developed by Google. It is used on a variety of smartphones and tablets. Because Android is a Google product, many people assume that Google must be tracking their activity on these devices. Google does not track your activity in order to sell your personal information to advertisers or other third parties. Instead, it uses this data to improve its products and services. How to stop Google from tracking you. If you're concerned about Google's data collection practices, there are a few things you can do to limit the amount of information they have on you. Here are a few tips. Use a privacy-focused browser like Brave or Firefox. These browsers have built-in features that help protect your privacy, like blocking third-party cookies and preventing websites from tracking your behavior. Install the Google Opt-out extension. This extension will prevent Google from collecting data about your online activity. Use a VPN. A VPN will encrypt your traffic and prevent Google from knowing what websites you're visiting. Manually delete your activity history. Google keeps a record of everything you do online, including your searches, the websites you visit, and the videos you watch. You can delete this history manually by going to your Google account settings.